This Michael Walker, and today let's talk about MAGA, the MAGA before, after, and the future. When we look at the original core beliefs of MAGA, before they were distorted by authoritarianism, disinformation, and grievance theatrics, there were some genuinely resonant themes that connected with millions of Americans. Here's a breakdown of those core ideas, framed without the Trump spectacle. 1. Economic nationalism. Belief: American jobs should come first, especially in manufacturing and industry. Motivation: decades of globalization and free trade deals like NAFTA were seen as hurting U.S. workers while benefiting multinational corporations. Goal: bring jobs back to American soil, reduce outsourcing, and protect domestic industries with fair trade policies. 2. Border security and immigration reform belief: a sovereign nation must control its borders. Motivation: concerns over illegal immigration, wage suppression, and national security, mixed with cultural anxiety about changing demographics. Goal: enforce immigration laws, secure the border, and reform the system so it serves U.S. interests while maintaining lawful pathways. 3. Government accountability and drain the swamp. Belief: Washington is corrupt, elitist, and out of touch. Motivation: anger at career politicians, lobbyists, and bureaucrats who seem to serve donors and corporations instead of the people. Goal: shake up the system, reduce special interests, and return power to voters. 4th America First foreign policy belief: the U.S. should stop being the world's policeman. Motivation: frustration with costly wars, Iraq, Afghanistan, and foreign aid while domestic problems were ignored. Goal: focus on national interests, avoid entangling alliances, and use diplomacy and economic leverage over military force. 5. Respect for working class and rural Americans. Belief: the voices of rural and working class people have been ignored or mocked. Motivation: cultural resentment toward urban elites, media, academia, and Hollywood. Goal: reassert the dignity and importance of everyday Americans, especially those in smaller towns and traditional industries. 6. Skepticism of global institutions. Belief: organizations like the UN, WTO, and WHO don't always act in America's best interest. Motivation: a feeling that globalism had undermined American sovereignty. Goal: reassert national independence in decision-making. 7. Cultural traditionalism. Belief: traditional values, faith, family, patriotism are under assault. Motivation: rapid cultural change, secularism, and progressive social norms created anxiety and backlash. Goal: defend what many saw as the moral foundation of the country. Summary: MAGA began as a reaction to lost trust in institutions, economic, political, and cultural. It channeled authentic frustration with globalization, elitism, and cultural displacement. Many of its early supporters were not racist, authoritarian, or conspiracy-driven. They were disillusioned voters looking for someone to listen. What went wrong? Trump harnessed that energy but weaponized it, shifting the focus from policy solutions to personal loyalty, vengeance, and spectacle. MAGA became less about "Make America Great Again" and more about "Make Trump Untouchable." But if you strip the narcissism and noise away, what remains are concerns that deserve serious, non-extremist attention, and could form the basis of a healthier populism if reclaimed from demagogues.
Hijacked by the showman. We started with ideas, real concerns. We wanted jobs brought back, borders respected, and a government that actually worked for its people. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being about the country and became entirely about one man. Trump didn't build on the core of MAGA. He hijacked it. He turned a movement meant to restore dignity into one that demands loyalty over honesty, anger over results, and spectacle over service. He didn't drain the swamp. He waded in and brought his own gators, using the presidency to enrich himself, reward allies, and punish anyone who dared tell the truth. It became less about what we believed and more about who we hated. Concerns about immigration turned into cruelty at the border. Valid skepticism of government turned into unhinged conspiracies. Criticism of media turned into an all-out war on reality. The promise of America first became Trump first always. Every institution that didn't bow, the courts, the military, elections themselves, became the enemy. MAGA was supposed to be a wake-up call. Instead, it became a cult of grievance, a reality show powered by rage and reruns. We didn't get better jobs or stronger families. We got hats, hashtags, and a heap of broken trust. If you ever felt disillusioned, it's not because you were wrong to care. It's because the man who claimed to represent you used your hope as a prop. And he's still doing it, running again, not for your future, but for his freedom.
The middle way forward. So where do we go from here? We don't need to abandon what we believed. We need to reclaim it. Not with rage, but with resolve. Not by burning everything down, but by rebuilding what's worth saving. Border security still matters. So does fair trade. But we can defend our borders without losing our soul. We can prioritize American jobs without picking scapegoats. We need leaders who speak to working people and actually know what work is. Leaders who serve, not perform. Who understand that compromise is not weakness. It's how democracy breathes. We need to stop mistaking cruelty for strength and start valuing competence over charisma. It's time to turn off the noise machines, the talk show politics, the endless culture wars, the rage for ratings economy, and get serious again. The path forward isn't extreme. It's steady, practical, real. It's the road where decency isn't mocked, facts still matter, and being wrong isn't a sin if you're willing to learn. You don't have to abandon your values to escape the chaos. You just have to decide, what kind of country are we trying to save? Because if it's one worth saving, it won't be saved by a circus. It'll be saved by grown-ups who show up, think clearly, and still believe in something bigger than themselves. This has been Michael and Sarah. We hope we have given you food for thought. We want the core values and realize they need to be tempered into policies that everyone can live with. This isn't about Trump. It's about all of us.
Thanks for sticking with us this far. Our goal is simple. Give you something to think about. Don't be part of the silent majority. Subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And above all, keep seeking the truth. Thanks again for watching.